Thank you for coming in the live show or in the future. I'm Lux. We're here today with Laura K. Welsh. Hello, hi, hi, hi.
Hello. So happy to be here, Lux. Thank you.
Now you know them from Sunless Zone Zero, The Storyteller, Valrika, Fantasian, Neo Dimension, Zebai, Mini Durin, and Genshin, and what I'll refer to as the narration for now in Adventures of Elliot.
Mm, we don't like spoilers here. Yes, good, 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 good.
Yeah, I imagined that was quite interesting to sort of land that.
Of amongst many things, I think that was one of those auditions that had several characters to audition for. So you were just throwing the proverbial spaghetti at a wall for whatever characters you thought you could land. And I was just tickled because that one was a gender neutral character
Oh,
when it was posted. So it could have been a male narrator very easily.
that's very interesting. Huh.
I like to break the mold with female narrators. I feel like we need more of them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, you told me we go sort of with the flow with this, so it's more like a conversation, which I kind of like. So I was just like, okay, yeah, let's go with the flow. So,
Yeah.
what kind of things have you been checking out lately? So this could be like activities, games, movies, anything like that.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I just returned home from Anime Expo,
Ooh.
um, in Los Angeles, and that was a wild ride. I was there as part of a booth, uh, one of the display area booths, and so I was not necessarily free to do full exploration because I was there working. But the few times I got to go to some panels, I got to go to the Kadokawa panel and kind of see some
Whoa.
previews for some of the games, or excuse me, shows they have coming up this next few months. Um, and there's a crossover they announced between one of my favorite shows that they do, which is Ascendance of a Bookworm. And I'm just still giggling
Oh, that's
about
so
that. I'm so
cool.
excited. Um, and yeah, I got to meet some voice actors that I've known online for years and have never met in person, and I got to actually, hug them in real life. It's crazy how, like, insular our voiceover industry is, where we know people, but we don't know them in person.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
work
yeah.
on them we work with them on so many different projects, and we've never actually shaken hands or seen them face to face, so it's just such a lovely experience to be able to do that.
I know, isn't it so surreal? It's just all like you are a person.
Yes! "Oh, that's how tall you are." "Oh, yeah, your image on Zoom or whatever looks, does not give that impression." So it's really cool, and I had a good time, got to meet some really fantastic artists while I was there, who I'll probably be tapping for some upcoming, character designs for prints or, stickers or decorations. So I've got plans. I've got plans in the future.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for that. I love whenever so you're like thinking of commissioning like prints?
Yeah. As soon as a role starts to, look good on the horizon, I'm like, "Ooh, how should I do the print for that character?"
Not saying your character in Elliot has a physical form, but if they did, I feel like there needs to be a lot more art.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, and I don't even know what style of art I'd wanna do for it. Like, kind of embrace the almost, pixelated, claymation-esque kind of quality to it? I don't know, there'd be so many options. Huh.
Yeah.
Now you got my brain gears spinning.
Yeah. So, Ascendance of a Bookworm was crossovering?
Yes.
Oh my
And they
gosh.
made the announcement at Anime Expo, but now I can't remember whether or not it's official. I'm gonna be an intelligent human being and just not do any, spoilers until I know for a fact that they've announced it. But,
Okay.
yes, there's a crossover with Ascendants of a Bookworm,
Heck yeah.
um, or at least some sort of, crossover merch that they're doing. Yeah, it's Kadokawa, so they might be doing it in Japan and we never see it stateside. But
Oh, there's so many cool things I wish we saw here.
Same. Oh my gosh. And especially with Hoyo and some of the stuff they do in like Shanghai or in Taiwan, where I'm like, oh, they have a a cafe that they're doing themed for this character. I'm like, I want to
Yeah,
go.
that's why I know some are showing up in like the West Side now, like some cafes pop up for really, really popular things, but
Mm-hmm.
those are ones where I'm just like, oh, I wish I could get the that kind of the themed drinks and food. I'm just like,
Yeah, and it's all very FOMO, very limited edition. You blink and it's gone, kind of amorphous. So the likelihood I'll manage to get into any of the places that they have popping up in the US are low. But a girl can dream. Um, yeah, and video game wise, let's see. I've been trying to play catch up on Genshin just because that's where I'm streaming my 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 gaming right now. But I've owned Dispatch for months now and
ooh,
haven't opened it, and I've been meaning to play. I
yeah,
desperately want to play Dispatch. Um, I also finally got my hands on Adventures of Elliot, so
yes.
that's on my to-do list. Although I'm not very good at that style of gaming.
Yeah, me either. It is okay. I played a little bit. It's pretty difficult for me.
Yeah, I'm mainly a PC gamer in general, and so things that require like actual finger flexibility and remembering timing and things, I get very silly and bad, and I just finger spam, just spam the click button, and it just does not go well for me.
I feel
Uh,
that.
I'm already having trouble with Genshin, honestly. But, um, gosh, there was one that came out recently that I was very intrigued by, and I put a pin in it, and now I can't remember what it was. Um, it just got announced, and it has all my favorite people from Baldur's Gate 3 in it. No. No, no, no. I
Oh, is
hate
it
when my
like
memory does
the
that.
the indie game?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Oh, what was it called? I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like a lot of people that
Emberville.
yeah, Amberville.
I was so excited when I saw who was in it. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm playing that."
I was just like, what? They got who?
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about like indie gaming nowadays. Voice actors across the board are not afraid to jump in as long as they see the project and they go, I like this. I like the concept. I like the people. It looks like it's going to come together well.
Yeah. I love like
Especially with studios firing people right and left.
yeah, like
Not to be contentious, but
no, 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 that's a good thing to talk about. It's just like so many major corporations are just like you see almost like weekly, daily. It's just like layoffs here and there, and like
yeah. And there's no proof of concept at the end of the day. There's just so heavily invested in the trimming down and the reduction of human labor in exchange for AI, and then they realize the AI is not meeting expectations and is that they have to scramble and hire people back to correct the problem. It's just a mess.
mhm. Yeah, it's such a shame. It's just like that's why like whenever there's indie games and projects, it's just like oh, good. There are so many people who still have that passion and like they really care about it. You know.
Exactly. Like one of my first ever voiceover projects I did that was in the video game category was for an indie developer, Snot Bubbles. And the guy, I think he's based out of Canada or Vancouver. And he was still in school. He was finishing school, but he had already gotten a couple of accolades for some of the animations he'd created. And he wanted me to do a proof of concept trailer video for his game. It's been years and years and years of this going through different iterations, and they submitted a video for a contest, and then it turned into Twitch no, not Twitch, a Steam platform like part 1 game, and now they're releasing part 0. It's just been so fun following the project.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's called Boreal Tenebrae. Hi, I'm Laura. I've only ever read certain words, and I don't know how they're pronounced aloud.
That's probably what I'd say too. Like, oh, that's probably what I'd say out loud too if I tried to pronounce that word, and I'd say it a lot worse.
And yet somehow I can read medical terms like it's nothing. It's so weird.
That's really
Uh,
impressive.
yeah, but, Boreal Tenebrae, we're gonna go with Tenebrae, is, about to release their, like, prequel, playthrough, and I'm super, super excited for them.
Royal Tenebrae. Oh, that looks so cool. What the?
His art style is so unique.
So in the chat, Lost Arts asked any fun antidotes from by the way, I only read that word from books, and so if I said it wrong, that's why and
You got it, it's fine. I
antidotes from
context made me understand what we were saying.
recording of Elliot that you can share or anything that surprised you while playing. And you said you just got it, so I guess while
Yeah.
recording, we can ask.
I've I've only watched people play Elliot for the most part. I haven't started playing it yet. Um, and I wholeheartedly agree with you all that there should have been an option to reduce phase uh, chatting. But I feel that way with a lot of games. Like even in Genshin, like sometimes some of the characters say their lines a little too often when they're doing their specials, their special attacks, or when they're climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there should be a way to reduce frequency of that within game. It's not that difficult to reduce just how often something is said. It's just some data sets. Anyway, um, but I'm glad they corrected. They listened to the players and they did the thing to fix it, which is the sign of a good gaming company. It's
Yep.
the ones that hear something complaining wise from the players and they're like, you know what? I guess we're never going to give you another new character ever again. We're gonna delete this character and then never
Mm,
improve.
yeah, I know
And
what you're
I'm not
talking
gonna
about.
say, yeah, everybody knows. I couldn't believe they were still doing the panels at Anime Expo. I was like, are y'all asking for a riot? Anyway, that is off topic. Anecdotes for Adventures of Elliot. I grew up watching Rugrats. Um, I wasn't very young when Rugrats was on, but I grew up, as a preteen when I was allowed to watch TV on Nickelodeon. That's a whole other side story. I was only allowed an hour of TV a day as a child. Um, but when I watched TV, I would watch something on Nickelodeon, and Rugrats was usually one of the go-tos. And when I found out who was directing me, I had the biggest fangirl moment, and I actually had to step out of the booth and kind of go calm down somewhere.
Wait, is the director for Elliot from Rugrats?
Keith?
Oh my gosh.
Keith? How do you spell Keith? Farley? T-H-E. Oh, that is fun. I never actually looked how to spell it. Yeah, Keith. Keith Farley directed me.
Oh my gosh. That
And I had a little bit of a fangirl freak out.
that's amazing. I'm surprised I'm finding out right now. That's really cool.
Yeah, is he not high in the IMDb? Did I just out him? No, it says voice director on the behind the voice actors. Okay, we're safe. Yeah.
I'll be like, oh,
So yeah,
we'll cut it out.
Keith is such a joy to work with, and I mean, he is a font of knowledge and just a comfy person to chat with. And so, um, what could have probably been a much faster session was as long as it needed to be, and as long as I was scheduled for, you know. But yeah, there have been some directors that have been much more like um Spartan time managers, and Keith was just like, "Okay, let's vibe for a bit." Oh, it was just beautiful. You don't always find out who your directors are when you walk into the booth, and sometimes you get surprised.
Oh
Um,
wow.
wait, am I crossing my wires? No, that was a different game that a different director also made me fangirl. Um, we can talk about that if you want.
Yeah. Is it one you could talk about?
Yeah, it's out. I was part of the DLC release for Pacific Drive. Whispers in the Woods. And by the way, I'm really bad with horror. I get jump scared so easily, so that is not one game I will be trying to play. Uh, I know it's not like Resident Evil horror, but it's scary enough for me that I would not be able to handle it well. Um,
Oh, wow.
so yeah, that was a NYAV post studio session. And I don't know if you know who owns NYAV Post.
I do not, personally.
His name is Michael Sinter Nicholas. Sinter Nicholas, and I'm probably butchering his last name. Apologies, Michael. Um, but yeah, I mean, we had the actual Emmy-winning writer who wrote some Emmy-winning material, who was also on the call with that for that session. But Michael was the main director, and Michael is from a Adult Swim TV show that I grew up watching as an adult,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is The Venture Brothers.
Y- Yeah, in me like searching that, I was just like, oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, it's crazy because we are blessed in this era to have grown up watching our heroes, and they are still heavily involved in the industry. Every now and then, the stars align, and you meet your heroes.
That's so cool.
And
I
it's
wow.
it's it's such a glorious moment of, like, self-realization and, like, "Hey, mom, I made it," kinda thing. So,
Wow.
yeah. So those are 2 anecdotes for you.
Thank you so much. Wow,
You're welcome.
that's really cool. Joshy says maintaining a car is very scary. But
Maintaining an adult human form is scary. There's adulting's hard, man.
yeah, Pacific Drive. I remember seeing that around. I was just like, oh nope, nope, I'm not gonna play that one.
Yeah, you drive and there's all these creepy things happening in the woods and like the music's creepy and it's really the music for me. Like I can put earplugs in and watch things like The Ring or Sinister and be much more comfortable, but as soon as I take the earplugs out, the noises is what's gets me.
Especially in Sinister, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. The audio design team knows what they're doing on things like that and you can know the jump scare's coming and yet the audio just does it to you no matter what you do to try to prepare
Do you like
besides plugging your ears.
horror movies?
In theory, uh my husband is a horror fanatic and buff. He watches even like the super bad B-rated ones on like Shudder. Um, and I can tolerate them by going in and out, of the room, uh, and I like the stories are typically good, and I'm not easily creeped out in the sense that I can't sleep at night and I have to cover a mirror in my room, but it's the experience of the jump scare is unpleasant to me, and so I don't get as into it as I'd like to. I don't like the thrill of being frightened, like some people enjoy having
Yeah.
when they're in the movies or going to a haunted house.
Oh yeah, definitely. Haunted house, no thank you.
Yeah, but I love a creepy story. I
Yeah.
used to listen to those on audiobook on cassette tape as a child when I was going to bed at night, so, like, a creepy story is fun. Being startled unpleasantly is not fun.
Yeah, those ones that are just like, oh, jump, 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 but versus something that just leaves you uneasy.
Oh, yeah, that's probably why I liked Pan's Labyrinth so much.
Oh,
It
heck yeah.
was uncomfortable in a creepy way, but there weren't really many jump scares. I mean, there was
Yeah.
the one. There was the
Yeah.
one with the skin guy with the eyes on his hands, but, after that, it was pretty tolerable, and just a
Yeah.
beautiful film.
Yeah.
Man, Guillermo del Toro, I would die if I was in any of his things. Just die and go to heaven immediately.
Manifesting that right now.
Ah, thank you. If you're
Um,
making a list. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. I'll email it to them directly. I'll be like, please.
Yeah. I would like to be in any Titmouse productions, and I would like to meet and work with Alan Tudyk, and be in the next Larian video game, and.
You know what? Since you mentioned like Anime Expo, have you been to like other cons and met like any other like people you really looked up to? Like,
Oh gosh, yeah. When I was much younger, like a younger Laura, we lived in Atlanta, and I used to go to Dragon Con every year. Dragon
ooh,
Con is a huge convention that's not just animation and entertainment focused. It's also kind of like they have nerdy geek science tracks as well. So they have like an astrophysics track, and they have ghost hunting tracks and various other things.
whoa.
Yeah, and they have a lot of literature tracks. And so I got to meet one of my most diehard precious authors that I've ever read books from, Robin Hobb. She did a live reading from one of her upcoming chapters of her books, which was just like mind blowing. I have a picture of her still somewhere with me, and she signed the front page of one of my books that I've read to the point where the cover almost is off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, gosh, I love her writing, and on those occasions, the signings for the big names like Patrick Stewart. You
Wow.
know,
Yeah.
not only were the lines ridiculous to get a signing and an autograph, but, like, the pricing was just out of this world, and, being a 20-year-old person working in the restaurant industry in Atlanta, I did not have the money for that, but I did get, Tara Strong's autograph and Caitlin Glass's autograph early on when she was just mainly known for Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Uh, the crew from Archer, I got a couple pieces from them, and I got a signed piece from, oh gosh, I can't remember his name, the actor who plays Hodor in Game of Thrones.
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
he's a kick-ass DJ too, though, and he
Whoa.
is massive. Yes. Uh, so yeah, oh, and Brina Palencia, Chopper, Tony Chopper.
Yeah, I was just like,
Um,
sounds familiar. Yay, Chopper.
Yeah, so I got to meet all of them, and they were all very encouraging, and saying, "Hey, I wish you all the best in the industry," and stuff like that. But the most meaningful moment actually was it Rob Paulson? Let me pull up the name to make sure I'm not crossing my wire. No, it wasn't Rob Paulson. I met him too, but different, different, different voice actor. Bob Bergen was doing a panel. And at the end of the panel, he said, "By the way, if any of you are aspiring voice actors, here's my email address. Send me the demo you're working on and I'll give you honest feedback."
Oh
And I
my
couldn't
gosh.
believe he did that to a room full of like hundreds of people. But he
Wow.
still does it to this day. Like you can message him on social media and he'll like give you honest feedback. And so I shot my shot and emailed him the demo I'd made fresh out of college by myself using my limited knowledge, and he gave me good feedback. He gave me like a breakdown and suggestions, and hey, if you're going to work on this, the commercial is probably the demo you want made first, and then work on the other one. He was just so lovely, and I saved his email and I still have it in my reminders folder of where I came from.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I met him at the Nava Gala a couple years back and cried my eyes out and hugged him.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He is brutally honest in the best way.
That's
He's
good.
not gonna he's not gonna sugarcoat things for you because that's not how you succeed. That's not how you get better. But yeah, he's actually sweet in the sense that he wants you to succeed.
That advice is like, I'm glad that it's like so constructive and like from what you say, it's like really in depth, which is very,
Yeah.
very nice.
hmm That is one thing I will tell anybody who's actually trying to get into the voiceover industry is that there are a bunch of people out there who think that they can coach because they've worked a job or two. And teaching is a whole entire different skill set than actually doing the thing. And not everybody has the ability to do both. And so a lot of people will try to sell you classes at discount rates, and then you can take a class and you may glean one or two pieces of information. But it's not going to be as worthwhile as taking a class from somebody who's been teaching and has successful proof of the people they've taught going on to be successful after the fact. So I'd like to encourage anybody, if they're listening to this and considering taking classes, to vet the classes.
Yeah, that's really good advice because, a lot of people, they, I think that's like one of the most frequent advices I hear is like take those classes and like make sure it's like you put in that work and make sure it's like really like
Yeah.
not, how do I say this? Yeah, basically what you said. I was just gonna parrot it.
Yeah, you've got, you can't just take a class because it looks good and looks cheap and somebody famous is teaching it that you're like, "Ooh, I like that you're in this thing." Do they teach well? Do you jive with them? If they don't and you don't, it might not be worth your while, and you might be able to get a better experience for a slightly more expensive price or a slightly less available class, but you have to wait longer. Um, yeah, there's a lot of people out there trying to earn money just on anything. They're trying to charge you for water. They're trying to charge you for a subscription model for anything they can charge you for, and if it's worth it, yay. But there's always a different method and a different strategy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be politically correct here and not like throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, Lost Arts in the chat very much appreciates and is taking notes. They
yay.
are an amateur voice actor too, and also a indie
Oh
game
sweet.
dev.
Yeah, if anybody wants to at me on my social medias and ask me advice, I have like a whole folder full of suggestions of where to go, where to start, what to read, that kind of thing. Because I was given that when I started, and I like to pay it forward. So
Oh well,
happy to
heck
help,
yeah.
and if anybody's curious,
What is your handle?
at lalaboowelsh.
Yay. Okay, I typed that down for them too. It
Yeah.
is already in the title, but I did it anyways.
Yay. Yeah, and I think that's my social on most things. It's not my TikTok social media for some reason. But I'm also not really active on TikTok as a creator. I'm mainly just there to lurk and watch other people's videos, and every now and then an audition will get posted and I, do the duet.
Yeah. I actually didn't know they did that. Like I think it's only recently I saw on Instagram where they do the voice acting calls and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. And I personally don't necessarily like public duetted auditions.
mhm.
Like, by the way, if you also who are listening are a creator and making audition copy, there's something to be said for a private audition where it not the entire world is watching. Like, if you're turning it into an American Idol popularity contest, there's a chance that somebody who is more worthy but maybe less socially popular would not get the job versus if it's just a blind casting, um,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the best people for the job. I think, Expedition 33 was a blind casting, like, they took the people's names out of all the auditions and they just cast based on what they heard.
Oh. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so it was not a named casting at all, they just ended up getting the best of the best because they were the best.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on, public auditions, and, there's a time and place for people who want to submit and get everyone's opinions on how you think I did, but those that would like to stay a little bit more anonymous would probably prefer a private audition submission option.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I used to be on Casting Call Club a lot.
Yeah.
And whenever I put the auditions up, I was just like, is there any way to make these like private submissions? Because I didn't know how at the time.
Ah, yeah. I love the people who are like, hey, I got the role. I'm like, yay for you. I hope the project actually comes through because just because you got the announcement you got the role doesn't mean the project will happen. And you just announced it to the whole world. So that's going to be real awkward if the
That's
project doesn't
yeah.
get completed.
That's just the unfortunate thing about like a lot of the calls there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in the world of like I don't want to say more professional because that does, what is professional, but in
Mhm.
the world of contracts where you're casting something, there's an NDA that you can't say anything until the game is out because there's a potential your character can get cut from the game. There's a potential you can get recast and you might not know. So
Oh wow. Okay.
you
That makes
got
sense.
you got to make sure you're in the freaking game before you go saying, "Hey, I'm in this game. Everybody go play and look at my character." Because otherwise, legal's gonna call you later.
Yeah, I suppose that's why like the majority of them wait till either the game does it or like it comes
Oh
out.
yeah,
Yeah, like you
oh
said.
yeah. No, you will get in deep trouble. Deep, deep trouble.
Yeah. Yeesh.
In fact, I find it hilarious because Tom Holland is always jokingly like the guy who during interviews will do some sort of spoiler gaffe, and everybody else is like there, like the other people sitting next to him are there to just monitor him to make sure he doesn't try to make a gaffe. It's so hilarious because I at this point, I don't know if it's intentional and, like, they're like, "Well, these are the gaffes you're allowed to make and the spoilers you're allowed to give." Because 'Cause they're like, "Well, he's gonna do it anyway, so we might as well use it for PR."
Yeah, that's really
Because
funny.
otherwise he would have just been sued to oblivion at this point.
Yeah. They probably had to like black out, redact the rest of the script.
God, rewrite the endings of something, I don't even know. Gosh, can you imagine? Marvel just being like, "Well, Tom Holland just gave away the end for Avengers 4, so, we're gonna have to, rewrite the ending now and use the B option."
uh, I couldn't help but notice on your site you mentioned TTRPGs, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's a newer interest of mine. I'd always been interested in watching and listening to people playing RPGs. Um, I Critical Role is the given. But some of the other voice actors I'm involved with have created their own little homebrews, and we kinda do, like, stress tests for those. Um, and I think it was last year or the year before, Unbalanced Encounters, which is a podcast, and they do TTRPGs, came out with a really cool one, and then they were having kind of like open call auditions for the next iteration of the next story they were gonna do for the podcast, and they're award winning. They're fantastic. If you don't follow them, they're great. Um, and I realized that building characters in TTRPG is one of the best ways you can improv long form and maintain a character and then build on archetypes or tweak archetypes you wouldn't normally expect to see in scripts. And then you can have them in your back pocket to you see an audition that fits a certain archetype. You're like, oh, well, that's great. Here's a sample of that. But what if? And then you can do a B take that's something you've been working on. And it's really helped me, I think, get more grounded in characters that are a little outside of my wheelhouse.
That's really cool. So do you try to like make your character like voices or like characters you usually don't do?
Uh, Nothing that would be strenuous on my voice, obviously, but, I did an old cantankerous lady who, like, was super, super socially inept in one of the homebrews that we did, and I was thinking she was gonna be the most, like, neurospicy of the group, but then I discovered that the rest of my castmates might have had a similar idea, and they were all neurospicy in different ways, and our group was just the least functional team known to humanity. It was hilarious, um, which probably frustrated the heck out of the, DM, but, I was having a grand old time just stomping off anytime anybody said anything and wandering into the woods to go commune with the local stream, and they would have to come find me, and it was just funny.
Oh, that's really funny. Um, what's your sort of favorite kind of tabletops or like board games?
Um, I'm very bad at all of the rules in Dungeons& and Dragons, but luckily, because of technology now, most of the things you can do within the gaming app does that for you, so I don't have to figure out exactly how many spells I have left and how many feet I have to move, etcetera, so 'cause I can't maintain that, but things that are based on that kind of concept, like my spouse loves his original NES, and he still plays the Dragon Warrior, like, 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, when he's in a certain mood. So I watch him playing that, and then I myself play way too much Baldur's Gate 3, I still just can't put it
Yes.
down.
What's your favorite class in Baldur's Gate and D&D?
I usually play Sorcerer for myself, um, when I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. When I'm playing tabletop RPGs, I find that we always are lacking some sort of healer or medical, person.
Mhm.
So I end up being a druid or a cleric just by default. But I really enjoy playing rangers, actually.
Ooh.
I like their mobility.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Do you usually use the bow?
Actually, the most recent one I was a ranger in, I was allowed to pick, I was allowed to bring weapons from more modern iterations because it wasn't D&D, and so I actually had pistols.
Whoa! Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
I had
cool.
I had 2 hip pistols and a whip. So
Wow.
I was a gunslinging, tree climbing, hillbilly girl. Uh, and I was a human, but I was like 5'2", so I was like super short. It was a grand old time. I had a good time with that character.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Her name was Cree Crabtree.
I really love that name a lot.
Yeah, she was fun.
Going off a little more of the things I found really interesting, you talk about like niche anime and classic video games. So do you like a lot of the classics?
Yes. When we're talking about anime, or are we talking about video games? Because like classic video games, I'm actually so behind on because I didn't have any video game equipment when I was a child. I had to go to friends' houses. So I got to play Halo like maybe 4 times in my life when I was in high school when I had a boyfriend who played Halo. And same thing with Grand Theft Auto. But like and my cousin had Super Mario and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lost in Time, Turtles in Time. So like I know of and enjoyed playing when I had the opportunity, but I was never immersed in playing through the entire game to get to the end. I never got to do that until I was an adult.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Um, oh, I did have a computer version of Lara Croft, one of the Lara Croft, Tomb Raider games. So I did play that one through to the end, but that was on my computer, and I know some people are a little sticklery about whether that's technically a video game or not.
Oh no,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, God, I loved Lara Croft. That was really fun. If I were to play it now again, though, I'd be like, oh man, those graphics. Ugh. uh, and niche anime. I grew up with friends who were anime fans in high school, and I was like, "Are you sure you're an anime fan?" Like, anime feels like a childish thing, and so I kind of challenged myself to be like, "What is anime?" Because the stuff I see on WB as a high schooler doesn't seem like something I'd be interested in. Pokemon's a little too childish for me. Then I came across my first Hayao Miyazaki movie,
Yes.
and my world was changed. I think it was Princess Mononoke. Yeah,
Mononoke, yeah.
yeah. And then I saw Spirited Away, which is technically a childish story, but it's very much through the lens of an adult. Um, and then, of course, Howl's Moving Castle was the first one I saw in theaters. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Oh, I
uh,
wish that must have been
my,
amazing.
oh yeah, my aunt took me to see that when I was visiting her in Boston. Um, so that was kind of my lens into what real anime could possibly be, and then I jumped down the rabbit hole of like Ghost in the Shell and D. Gray Man, honestly, is a little bit more adult than not. Um, and so, like, yeah, I found adult style anime, and then I branched out to more of the childish stuff because that has a time and place. But it was the niche stuff that really got me excited. Uh, Trying to remember the name of it. I own it. Is it Basilisk? If
Oh.
you're a child, please don't watch this.
What's that one about?
Basilisk, according to Google, is a brutal historical fantasy and romance anime often described as a ninja version of Romeo and Juliet.
Whoa.
Two rival ninja clans with different powers are forced into a deadly supernatural tournament to determine the next shogun.
I'm surprised I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's got some adult themes, but it was really cool to watch. I think I was maybe 18 or 19 when I saw it. So yeah, that's epic. And then of course Fooly Cooly and various other things that are just What did I just watch? What was that? So then I realized anime was like a really cool expressive art form, and that things in Japanese have such a heightened storytelling ability that you have to watch in the original language to fully grasp. And even then, the translation is probably not giving you all of the nuance. And don't get me started on what they do with dubs, especially from back then. But yeah, there were some really good ones like Ergo Proxy and things like that that were very much mind altering. Wow, this is a cool concept. I'm into this. So yeah, niche, niche anime.
Yeah. I probably saw a lot of those when I shouldn't have. I had a TV in my room as a kid, and like,
Mm.
you know, uh, those late night animes like Paranoia Agent, like you said,
Oh
Fooly
yeah,
Cooly. It's just like, oops, I'm seeing things I shouldn't when I'm a
right.
kid.
I mean, I had that same thing. I came across stuff as a kid that I probably shouldn't have. Like I saw Rocky Horror as a preteen.
Whoa.
Yeah, and there's a movie that came out. God, I don't know, maybe the '80s, called Quest for Fire. Um, that I happened to see before I probably should have. That is also adult themed.
Oh, whoa, that looks wild. Is
Oh my
that?
gosh, I forgot he was in that. Ah!
Yeah, I was just like, is that Ron Perlman?
It is Ron Perlman. And Rae Dong Chong was a thing back then, man. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're not uncomfy with adult themes, watch Quest for Fire. It's cool. Um, God, we could just have Laura recommending movie hour for like a full solid hour.
Well, now we know you have really, really great taste. I knew that before coming in, but I was just like, just from the list of things you
Oh,
mentioned, and it's
geez,
just like,
thank
wow.
you. I mean, I have unique taste. Let's be honest. It is not like it's not everyone's cup of tea. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. And it's because the cinematography is just mind blowingly good. You pan from one room to another with a clean, like just side pan, and there's no cut. And then the color of everybody's outfit and the room itself changes
Oh my
from in the
God,
middle of the pan. It's so beautiful.
that sounds fantastic.
But it's also a very inappropriate movie.
Most of the people here are, how do I say this nicely? I guess of the mature audience.
Oh, good. I probably should have clarified that with you
Oh
before
yeah,
I started just
everyone.
going off on all of the things I love, which happen to be very adult themed.
Yeah, everyone's 18 plus. Probably way
Yay.
more than 18 plus.
Got it.
So, yeah. Was there any other like movies, like maybe one or two more you think people should see? Because I definitely
Mm,
am learning a lot from you.
okay. Okay. 4 rooms. Four different directors direct 4 different rooms within the same hotel. Um, I think it's got some big celebrities in it, like Bruce Willis is in it. Um, Antonio Banderas is in it, Madonna's in it, um, and,
Whoa.
yeah, Quentin Tarantino directs The Last Room. So that's a good one, 4 rooms. Uh, Bunraku is a Josh Hartnett movie. Yeah, yeah, is that how it's spelled? Bunraku. Yeah, Bunraku is cool. I really enjoyed that movie. Oh, why is this guy in everything I like?
Ron Perlman again.
Ron Perlman again. I mean, I might as well recommend Hellboy while we're here. But anyway, and then and then
I got my eyes on all these movies. Holy cow! I'm surprised I never heard of them.
yeah. Have you seen Kung? Is it not Kung Pao Enter the Fist? That's a hilarious movie, but it's not the one I'm thinking. Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the
God, I
one.
love that movie so much.
The the physical
So
comedy
campy.
is so funny.
Yeah, it's so campy, and like the actual talent for the people who are the fighters, and that is just mind-blowingly good. Um, Oh, The Red Violin. That movie makes me cry every time I watch it.
Googling. Oh, whoa. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. It's about this it's the story of the violin more so than anybody. Like it's all the people whose lives the violin has touched throughout its long life from its inception all the way through to when the collector gets it.
Wow. I'm
It's such a cool movie.
I'm starting to see, is it a theme or coincidence that a few of these are anthologies?
Maybe I like a good large cast. I'm not saying I hate small casts like in The Lighthouse or things like that. It's just that if I see an overarching like saga that somehow things all tie together in the end, it gives me a certain kind of tickle. Um, Speaking of that, The Odyssey's coming out, and everybody's talking about that, like, "Ooh, don't spoil the ending." um, and I'm like, Have you all not seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Because that's the story of the Odyssey. Speaking of that, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was a baller movie. I have the soundtrack for that, and that is like my road trip soundtrack. That is what I listen to on a road trip.
Hell yeah.
So, I think that's probably a good place to stop because I can keep going, but
I think yeah, that's amazing. You weren't kidding, we could go on forever.
yeah, I am a film buff. That is for sure.
Okay, I guess we're getting a little closer, so I'll end off with a couple more questions.
Sure, I'll try to keep it fast for you.
I won't keep it too spoilery, I guess. What was it like going into Elliot, like, as the character you are, and you can't really like speak about them too openly? Like, how, like, what was the feeling? Like, did you know exactly how?
It's par for the course in the industry. So I had no idea where my character. Most people, when you're in voice acting, you don't fully see where your character is going to fit in with the full story, unless you're the lead. So, when you're playing supporting characters, you kinda know that, "I don't really know where this is going, but I really enjoyed the ride." Um, so
Yeah.
so that's how you think about it, every time you get to go in either for an audition or for a recording session, you get to play in the sandbox, and you enjoy the ride, and whatever happens, happens. So that's kinda the mentality.
Oh,
And if
okay.
you get to announce it, yay. If you didn't get to announce it, poop, but, there's another one coming, so that's the kind of that's the way to do it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I guess we'll end off. Is there anything you'd like to shout out about yourself or anything excited about in general?
Um, Shout out to Kristen Paiva and the Paiva Productions. Kristen used to cast for Disney, and she still does really fantastic animation casting and coaching. Um, I've been part of her Voice Forgers cohort this past year, and it's really helped me come out of the doldrums I'd been in for the past year and a half. Uh, so if you all want to support a good cause, there are ways to either donate if you just would rather donate, but there's also classes that she's offering to teach that are coming up even on Sunday, but all the way through to the end of August. All the proceeds go towards the Paiva cohorts to help support them on their voiceover journeys. And uh, shout out to Aiden Dawn for being a proponent of people who are remote recording artists, either for disability reasons or because they don't live in a hub, because we need more of that in the world.
Hmm.
And shout out to Nava, because Nava is trying to get legislation passed through both state and federally to protect people's voice identities and just prevent them from being scrubbed for data, as well as many other things. But
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to all those people. Y'all should support them if you see stuff from them.
Yes, please do, and I will add links to as many things as I can, like
Yeah.
find here, because probably
Gosh,
including the
I'm just
movies.
giving you a litony. Laura Welsh, the walking encyclopedia of references. But I don't provide links.
No, it'll be fun to check them all out. Thank you so much for joining us today. I had a lot of
My
fun.
pleasure.
You did too.
Yes, of course. You're a fantastic interviewer. Thank you so much.
Thank
Shout
you.
out shout out to Lux, everyone.
Thank you. And everyone in the present and in the future, thanks for checking us out. I appreciate everyone showing up. Lost Art says it was lovely. Thank you, everyone.
Likewise. Bye-bye,
Okay, we'll
everyone.
see you next time. Bye.